Good morning. You are doing extremely well. So what brings you here? You come for answers to questions. You come for expanded awareness. You come for purpose of coming into alignment. You come for taking thought beyond that which it has been before. You come for your personal enhancement. Please say yes. You come to uplift the world. Of course you are uplifters. You cannot help but be that. You are uplifters to the very core of your being. But the reason that we set that clever trap is because we are wanting to remind you again and again that if you will be selfish enough to care about your personal enhancement, when you care enough about your joy, then that means you care enough about tending to your vibrational state that you can align with broader perspective. And when you close that gap, crack. We can please ourselves as well, you see. This is not all for you. When you care enough about closing that gap, then you are source energy expressing in the moment in which you are focused, and you cannot be other than an uplifter to the world. When you are selfish enough to focus your mind in a way that allows your connection, your full connection with who you are, then and only then are you the full expression of who you are. That's how you are whole. And when the whole of you is then focused upon something that is personal to you, or upon the experience of a friend or of someone that you don't even know, or of a world event, from that connected state of being, you do your greatest benefit. We also always like to begin by reminding you that while you are uplifters to the very core of your being, that does not mean that you came forth to see, to find, and to fix a broken world, because from your broader view, this world is not broken. And it only looks broken to any of you when you are not in full connection with who you really are. So as we begin on a day like this and we say, have you come to uplift the world? And you resoundingly say, yes, that is my quest. We say, all right. But there is another quest that must be more important to you. And we know that it's hard for you to say to most people who don't get this yet that you are selfish enough to care first and foremost about how you feel, because there have been so many around you who've been trying to train that out of you most of their life experience. And the reason that they've been trying to train that out of you is because they have not yet come to know about closing their own gap. They do not yet understand that law of attraction is responding to their vibration. We can understand how, if you do not understand how things are coming to you, if you don't get it, that when you give thought or attention to something, that you offer a vibration that law of attraction matches, we can understand how you would tend to want to control the circumstances, because when you look at some circumstances, you feel better than when you look at others. And since everyone naturally wants to feel better, we can understand why you would become an individual or a world mass consciousness that comes to believe that if you can control the events around you, that you will have a better feeling world. We're just here to remind you, we promised you that we would, that it does not work that way, because you cannot control the circumstances that are the byproduct of what other people are thinking, and you cannot and should not want to control their thinking. And it is not necessary for you to control their thinking and therefore control the circumstances that they create, which you might observe, because law of attraction will not bring to you any life experience or any awareness of anyone else's life experience other than that which is active in your vibration. So when you get it, that you have the ability to contour what is active in your vibration, then your world becomes the world that you are creating consciously, rather than the world that you are creating by default, without having any clue about what you are doing. And so those, for the most part, who have had no clue about why things are coming to them in the way that they are, have wanted to give you credit for it. Esther understands that. As they unpacked on the first night, their bags were very late in coming, and Esther unpacked a couple of bags and left one on the floor at the foot of the bed. And Jerry said to her, we should not leave that bag there, because someone could stub their toe on it. And Esther said, oh, I know it's there. I can walk around it. I'll take care of it in the morning, and turned out the light. At midnight, the phone rang, and the nice voice said, someone is sending cake to your room, and we are standing outside your door. And Esther said, I will be right there, and made a beeline for cake and stubbed her toe on the suitcase. And in the morning, as she was approaching her shoe for the first time since the stubbing, she put her shoe on and she said, ow. And then she looked at her toe, which was very black. And then she said, that's Jojo's fault. Jojo is their cabin steward who left the suitcase at the end of her bed. And Jerry smiled. And then Esther said, it's your fault. You created this. Because I've never stubbed my toe in my life. And you said, don't stub your toe. And look what has happened. And Jerry says, whatever makes you feel better is all right with me. You can blame me, you can blame Jojo, you can blame the blessed sender of the cake if you want to. In other words, and Esther said, it feels so much better to give someone else the responsibility for what happens to me when it has gone away. I don't want it to go. I only want to take credit for the good stuff. And we say, there are a world of you who are wanting to take credit for the good stuff, and we want you to, but we want you to take credit for all the stuff that comes to you, because until you take credit for what is coming into your experience, you have no creative control. And until you take credit for what is coming into your experience, you are then going to be among the ranks of the billions who are wanting to give somebody else the credit or the blame for whatever is coming to you. And in doing so, you disempower yourselves in such a dramatic way, because you say, I now need to control the conditions so that I can have a good feeling response. And as many of you are discovering, that will get you nowhere. There is no way that you will ever be able to control the conditions. Jerry can't even control Esther. Esther can't even control Jerry. They've given it up a long time ago. And, well, they've trained each other to understand that it is a futile experience to try to get the other one to be different than they are. It's like fighting a current. There is a current or a rhythm or a stream that is flowing. And we're wanting, in these days that we are together, to help you sync up with that stronger river or current or stream that is flowing. It is such a powerful stream of well-being, you see. And so We are not wanting you to stand feeling blameful of those who have been trying to get you to be a way that they need you to be so that they can have a better feeling experience. We just want you to reach the place where you can disregard all others' opinions about you while you replace it for your alignment with who you are, with your closing of the gap. And so as we are moving forward here today, we are eager to visit with you about anything that is important to you. Nothing is off limits. We see this as an opportunity, truly a powerful opportunity, to take thought beyond that which it has been before. We want you, however, to selfishly satisfy those questions and interests that are personal to you. And we will choose from among you those who are representative of what much of the room is wanting to hear. We are encouraging you to apply the guidance that we've been offering you about working to hold yourself into vibrational alignment with who you really are, even in these hours that we are moving forward today and beyond on this cruise, because we are wanting you to realize that as you have come with things that you powerfully want to talk about, we can feel the power of that desire, and Source is lining up opportunity even in this format for your desires, questions, situations to be solved, soothed, understood. But that's only step 1 and step 2 of this powerful equation. You've got to tend to step 3. And if you get frustrated about how long Abraham's opening is, if you get frustrated about how the stars twinkle on the curtain behind, if you get frustrated about not being called on in the moment or in the day or in the cruise that you want to be called on, then you will hold yourself in a vibrational place where you will not be the recipient of what we know full well you want, that we are pulling out all the stops in order to answer in a way that you will get. In other words, we know what every single one of you is about, what you want, what's missing, what's fulfilled, what you are looking for, and even more important, we can feel what you are ready for now. So we are delivering to you, with all of the help of the resources of the universe and of your inner beings, we are offering to you everything that you want to the degree that you are willing and therefore able to allow into your experience right now. This is, friends, co-creation at its very, very best.